talking about wardrobe and having things in your closet that you really enjoy wearing and that actually also flatter your skin tone, your coloring, and your body shape. So this is like my process that I've gone through in the last couple of years that has really just fine-tuned my wardrobe and how I feel in my clothing. Second thing, I feel very naked right now because I don't have my wedding set. My husband and I have been talking about for a really long time upgrading my set, and finally we decided that that was going to be my Valentine's Day present. So I don't have my original set anymore. I'm gonna be picking up the new one soon. I was taking this off and putting it here, but then I went and ate out a few times and can't get these rings off anymore. So anyways, okay. Step number one to loving everything in your closet and everything in your closet loving you back is to have your colors done. I know, we've all heard this before, and I had heard that many times, and even years ago I had my colors done and it was super confusing, and I feel like the lady that had colored me didn't understand like my skin tone and like my cultural background, and I just left me feeling like something was missing. So it just didn't leave like a good taste in my mouth. So I was like, oh, why are people talking about getting your colors done? It's so dumb. But then a few years ago, I think this was early 2020, I think either 2019 or 2020, I freaking finally had my colors done, and it was a game changer. Oh my God, I learned so much, and you have to take my word for it. You have to have your colors done. So here's some of the things that I've learned, kind of just giving you a quick highlight. Most of us know what our best colors are and our worst colors. And that's the feedback that I received back from the lady that had colored me. By the way, I will leave her YouTube channel in the description box. Her name is Miriam Style. If you want to have it done, pay and get on her list because she gets booked out. You'll see why. She's freaking amazing. So she said it seems like you know what your like best colors are and your worst colors are, but you're wearing a lot of colors sort of like in between that are like good enough colors. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to wear good enough colors. I don't want to wear like blah colors, right? And so it was really an educational experience learning, okay, these are my best colors. These colors I should definitely stay away from. And then there's colors in the middle that I like, and her advice was your good enough colors, wear them when you are at your best, when your skin is glowing, when you're working out, you feel good, you know, when you're like game on, you can get away with wearing those colors then. But if you're having an off day, like you had too many carbs and you've got your carb face going on, like I have some days like that, or you didn't sleep well, or maybe you're like getting over a cold and your skin just looks not its best, those would not be the days to wear the good enough colors. You should be wearing your absolute best colors. This was such a game changer for me. Like there are some colors that are my good enough colors that I still wear. And some of you guys are DMing me on Instagram saying, those are not your colors. Girl, mind your business. I will wear whatever colors I feel like wearing. So I wear my good enough colors on the days where my skin is extra glowy, where I'm well rested, I haven't had carbs for a few days, like I'm feeling my best, and I love those colors and I love those pieces, I will wear it. But on other days, you will see me wearing my best colors because those are the colors that make me shine. And that's the other thing. Another thing that I learned was, this was like mind-blowing. I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. She said, if someone says to you, blue looks good on you, that is not a compliment. Like, blew my brains. What? Because I used to get comments like that all the time. Because what they're really saying is that you and blue are in competition and blue is winning. Blue is outshining you. When people look at you, they see blue before they see you. You're like somewhere in the background and blue's like, hey, here I am, right? So as soon as she said that, I knew what she meant, because there were colors that are my good enough colors. Every time I wear them, I get compliments like, blue looks good on you. right? But when I wear the right colors, people are like, wow, did you have a facial? You're so glowy, you look so fresh. They're complimenting me. So that is the difference between you wearing good enough colors, okay colors, or downright like bad colors where you look like sick or like you didn't get enough sleep, versus wearing the colors that like make you shine. So because I was so fascinated with this, I did a little bit more research that same year. I think this was like 2020. And I realized like I've never been into color theory and things like that. It's not my thing. But a lot of what I learned studying this was similar to what I had learned in evolution and how we used to actually live. We grew up as Homo sapiens. We evolved and grew up with certain colors that were found in nature and certain colors that were found in nature together. And that created this sense of like harmony for our DNA because, for example, right behind me, you're looking at my backyard, look at the colors, right? Like it is not unusual to see blue water with palm trees because those things actually exist in nature together. But if I put, you know, a neon pink flamingo over there, right? Even that could be harmonious. But let's say that I put like a tiger or cheetah print in there. Well, if you were to look at a tiger print or like a cheetah print or something, it's going to invoke something different in you because if in nature, if you saw that, that would be a threat. Like that would be like, it would take a lot of your energy. Like your eyes would notice that more than any of the other things. And so having studied that and then looking at color theory and seeing, oh, we are made of a whole bunch of different colors. And if you put on top of it colors that either are threatening to the human eye, or for example, you know how they say that color isn't easy on the eyes? Yeah, because if it's something that wouldn't have been found in nature along with the other colors, it's going to use a lot of your mental and like energetic power to focus on that or not focus on that and look away from it, like a cheetah print or something like that, right? I'm not saying cheetah print is bad, I wear it too sometimes, but I'm just giving you an example of there's certain colors that invoke certain responses from us. For example, if you have red lights blinking in your bedroom at night, that could seem very threatening to your nervous system. I'm going off on a tangent now, because in nature that would only have happened if there was an actual threat. So colors are important, and if you are wearing colors that are taking up a lot of energetic resources for someone to look at you, then you're not going to be easy on the eyes, so to speak, versus if you're wearing colors that are harmonious to your skin tones and your coloring. It's like looking, it's like a vision. It's like an angelic kind of a feel. It's like easy on the eyes to look at you. So that's why I would highly recommend investing the money and getting your colors done. Find someone that you have. This is why social media is such a game changer, because before social media I had hired someone like local, right? Like that I just like went up and hired. And that was the bad experience that I had. But with social media, what I was able to do is follow a whole bunch of people that were doing, you know, colors, and then seeing who I really resonated with through their content. And so that's what I advise you. I love Miriam's style because she uses a lot of examples from different skin tones, and so I felt, watching her, I felt like, oh, she gets it. Like she understands all of skin tones. Like she understands all of these different things that I don't think everyone got, at least when I was doing my colors back, okay? So find someone that you really, really resonate with. So after I had my colors done, I found this whole other world of body shapes. And again, it was only because I was following Miriam and kind of obsessed with her content at the time. And so I found this stuff she was teaching called Kibbe, K-I-B-B-E. And it fascinated me because as soon as I started watching that content, they talk about masculine and the feminine in your body. You know, that's my thing. And I was like, okay, girl, you had me at masculine and feminine. So David Kibbe and his wife, Susan, wrote this book, I think in the 80s, like a long time ago, about the Kibi style, yin and yang, and things like that. And I have heard recently that they're redoing the book because that book's out of print. I paid like $300 for it on eBay. It's out of print, so you can't buy it anymore, but they're rewriting the book, a modern version of it. Have your body shape done. This was a game changer for me. So I spent my entire life thinking that I didn't have an hour shape figure, and that was the desired shape that I wanted. I wanted like a small waist, and I just wanted that, like my desires are what my desires are, that's what I wanted. And I like try to work out, I did all of these things and like never had that. And then I have my Kibi style done and realized I actually have a naturally soft hourglass figure, and didn't even know it my entire life because I was not dressing for my body shape. So when I learned about Kibi, I was typed as the theatrical romantic, sorry I can't say that word, but at TR, and I started dressing full force. I was already wearing some things that match that desire, like that style. When you're older, I think you just figure out some of these things over time. But when I got my shapes and lines and what I'm supposed to be wearing, it just became so clear. So I went through this whole decluttering thing where I just got rid of everything, most of the things I would say that weren't in my color. I kept some of the good enough things. And then I got rid of anything and everything that did not match my lines. Another thing that was a game changer for me with the Kibi style was understanding how your flesh lays on top of your bones. This was important to me beyond just wardrobe, and here's why. As I started studying this, I realized this is why some people can work out like a very small amount and be like toned and ripped, and other people can work out a lot and a lot and still not get that athletic body that they so desire. Because the reason is that some people just are more soft and fleshy because of their type, and the way that their flesh lays on top of their bone, they have muscle, but it's not going to look like it would on someone with a different type. This was such a game changer for me because I have been lifting weights and working out for about a decade now. You guys know my home gym, and my workout routine is in the Basic Babe, or no, in the Self-Aware Barbie bundle. Like, I've been working out for a long time, but when I would see girls like really like muscle tone and looking a certain way, I would say, well, I'm working out, you know, 3-4 times a week, and I eat fairly clean, you guys know. So I'm like, how come I'm still like very soft and they look like their bodies are like just very hard? And it comes down to your body type. I have one of the romantic types, which is going to be more feminine, more fleshy, more soft. And then I realized this is actually not a bad thing. Like, I can use this to my advantage. Like, I don't have to worry about overworking out and then feeling like I'm looking too masculine, right? So I'm like, okay, how can I reframe this in a positive way? So this has been really amazing for me, because I realized, okay, like now I'm gonna just work out as much as I want to, and I know that I have like good muscle tone, good strength, like I'm fit, I'm feeling fabulous, and I also get to be fleshy because that's the body that God put me in, and that's how my flesh lays on my bones. So can you see that this is a game changer? Now, of course, there are people online that take these types and they're like, oh no, I got the bad type. And you know, there's always going to be people doing that kind of stuff. They do that with human design, they do it with everything. I'm not one of those people. I take everything and make it work for me. So regardless of whatever type I would have gotten, I would have been like, yay, that's the best type. I'm like, so glad God blessed me with that type. That's just the kind of person that I am. So I love the type that I am. I love the skin color that I am. I got the best of the best because that's what God decided to give me. Number 3. Now, this third tip I actually got from a different YouTuber. Her YouTube channel is called, I want to say Body and Style, but if I'm messing it up, I will make sure that I link all of these YouTubers and things I'm mentioning in the description box. So she also does like those color consoles. She also does the Kibi body type. So that was similar to Miriam's. But this one thing that she added for me to the whole puzzle was a game changer. So she talked about dressing in templates, and she was showing all of these examples of celebrities that repeat not necessarily the same outfit, maybe they do, but it's a template. And this made complete sense to me because I don't want to spend a lot of time thinking about my wardrobe and my clothing and things like that. When it comes to life, I want to focus on my creative pursuits, like the things that I love doing. So I don't want to have to like think too hard and about like what I'm wearing and what I'm putting together. So, but at the same time, I also don't want to be Steve Jobs or like Mark Zuckerberg, where I'm like literally wearing the same thing every single day. Templates is the best solution for women, I feel like. So what I did using that was I created 2 or 3 templates for myself, and then it became so much easier to shop. I knew my colors at this point. I knew my Kibi type, so I knew what kind of lines I'm supposed to be following when I dress, and then I added templates. So if you follow my Instagram, you will notice that I have a certain template that I follow. I'm either wearing a midi dress cinched at the belt, waist with a belt, so I'm supposed to have a lot of waist emphasis in the way that I dress. So I put the belt like right over here at like the smallest part of my waist. And by the way, this dress is I think a year old, but White House Black Market just released a new color for spring season that I just ordered literally. It's a really beautiful green color, which is one of my colors. So if that's one of your colors, definitely hop on to White House Black Market and grab it, because I just love the way that this dress flatters at least my type. I can't say it's everyone's type, but it's my type. So I either wear a midi dress with a nice like designer belt. That's my thing. I have like a nice designer belt collection because of that, because I know my templates now. So that's template number 1. Template number 2 for me is a midi skirt. That's my favorite type of like length on dresses and skirts. And then a little crop top. And you don't have to like, I don't show like a whole bunch of tummy or anything. I am a mother of 3, like, you know, I'm not like hanging all out there, but I will show just a sliver of like my smallest side, like smallest part of my waist, and then that creates the waist emphasis. So do you see how that works? It doesn't have to be a belt. You can just do this with your proportions. So if you go on Instagram right now, for my Instagram, you will see these 2 patterns, these templates playing out. And then my third one is more of my winter template, and that's a shorter dress with knee-high boots. I have 3 pairs of Stuart Weitzman boots, like those over-the-knee boots, and then 1 pair of Christian Louboutins that I love. They are all warm, they fit nice, they're comfortable. So I just have those 4 boots that I can like rotate, and I maybe have like 6 or 7 of those short dresses. You've been seeing those on my stories recently when it was colder out. So I just repeat those templates. What this has done for me, I have my notes here, so sorry, I keep looking down, but is that it has made it so easier to shop. I love everything that I have. Everything that I have loves me back. It makes me feel good, makes me shine. It's not like stealing the limelight from me and like outshining my coloring, so to speak, right? Because everything is the right thing, and it is figure flattering for my particular shape. So recently, what I started doing was I said, okay, so I know my colors, I know my templates, I know my lines. Now I can start spending a little bit more on the items that I tend to wear and wear and wear and wear and wear. So I typically stay in the mid-range for clothing, although my absolute favorite skirt is actually from Shein, and I know some people don't like that brand because of fast fashion. It's not fast for me. I wear their clothes like to the ground. Like well, that particular skirt, that sari skirt that I'm always wearing, it was like designed for me. So I tend to stick in like, my dresses are usually $150, $200 range, good quality things that last. Well, I decided this year that I was going to start buying some ready-to-wear pieces from Dior, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Burberry, like brands like that. But here was my rule. I would only buy things in my right color, and I would only buy things that I already had in these cheaper brands that I wore all the time. What I didn't want to do is like go and buy like a Louis Vuitton t-shirt because it's Louis Vuitton or Chanel, even though I don't wear t-shirts. Like that's not a good like fit on me. It's not matching my lines. So I did add a few like really nice pieces to my wardrobe from these higher end brands, but they matched things that I already had worn a lot from cheaper brands so that I could make sure that I was investing my money in pieces that I was actually going to wear and not just buying something because it was name brand. So all of these tips have been really, really helpful for me. Also, like following this way has helped me know what colors to invest in shoes, in handbags even. Now, you don't have to follow your colors in shoes and handbags because they're not close to your face. The most important place that you want to place the right colors is closest to your face, but because I already know what I'm wearing for my clothing, it's easier to get the right colors in handbags and even the right textures and the right shapes and even in shoes. So anyways, there's a lot more to it. I just literally shared like the simplest bit. The makeup that you wear matters, the colors, things like that, even the eyeliner shape, like so much, even the type of lashes that you end up getting, your haircut, all of this, if you match it with your coloring and your face shape and your body type, you're going to look so much better than what you may be currently doing, wearing the wrong shapes and colors and things like that. Like honestly, I feel like just tweaking these little things has created this huge up level effect where people do like a double take and they're like, oh my God, like you look so different than how you did a few years ago. But it was these little minor tweaks, wearing the right colors in makeup and clothing, buying the right handbag shapes and the clothes and putting the belt in the right place. So make these shifts, don't get overwhelmed. I would say start by watching other YouTubers that are teaching this stuff, and Miriam Style and Body and Style. I know both of these YouTube channels share so much amazing information and how you can start implementing these small little things. My biggest advice is don't try to do this yourself. It's worth a little bit of money to just hire a professional to do your colors and your body shape, because I see a lot of people trying to guess and then just having a lot of confusion. So some things are worth the investment. Just, you know, once you do it, you know it for the rest of your life. Like it's that easy. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you're new here or you're lurking. It says in the YouTube analytics, my son was looking at this. Actually, he said 25% of the people watching you are not subscribed. So make sure that you subscribe so you can get notified of all of our lovely content, and give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comment if you want more different type of content. Like I'm also trying to do my workout routine video. That's one of those other ones that I'm like, no, like, do they really want it? Like, so let me know. Okay. All right. I love you. Millionaires Miami is happening in like 20 days. If you want to join me live in Miami for the Millionaires in-person intensive, link is in the description box. Also, the Savage Feminine card closes in the next few days. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.